fast am I. Good evening and welcome to the Manx Radio Folk Show with me, John Barker, playing you the best in folk and roots music from the Isle of Man and from all around the world. I'm starting tonight with a French-Canadian track from that classic band La Bottine Souriante, who have a new album out called Domino, and this is Pour oublier, to forget.
Compter de la gang de délégués de la dame des dames, t'es pas de la gang de t'es collé au macadam, mais l'homme, c'est à l'homme dans le temps qu'il a de l'âme, donne la don du côté des tam-tam, pour oublier le milliard et 3/4 de dollars que ça coûte au départ à mon oncle à des morts. Qu'est-ce que c'est pour la dépense du standard? Arrive trop tard, une armée équipée avec des pétards et qui fait sa part dans les binolars, puis au dard, puis au bar, il est minuit moins quart. Pour oublier qu'on est nulle part sur Luton, cette terre de chez nous. Compter de la gagne des délégués de la dame des dames, t'es pas de la gagne, mais t'es collé au macadam, mais l'homme, c'est à l'homme dans le temps qu'il a de l'âme, donne la don du côté des tam-tam, pour oublier que notre fer nous coûte cher, où ce qu'on perd, où ce qu'on a pas d'affaires dans la guerre des boers, on tue des gens qu'on connaît pas, à quoi ça sert, même dans les déserts, c'est peut-être bien des humains qui sont en enfer, on est en hiver, c'est tout à l'envers, on est fiers, on est clair, on n'est pas à découvert, pour oublier de ce qu'on a l'air, sur Luton, cette terre de chez nous. Compter de la gagne des délégués de la dame des dames, t'es pas de la gagne, mais t'es collé au macadam, mais l'homme, c'est à l'homme dans le temps qu'il a de l'âme, donne la don du côté des tam-tam, pour oublier le remords qui nous mord d'être encore à crédit en dehors des profits de nos mines d'or qui ont promis à mon cousin Joseph Hector le plus grand confort, assuré maluré d'avoir jamais tort sans aucun effort. L'Amérique du Nord, c'est le bord du plus fort, le bon vin mandor, pour oublier le Labrador, sur Luton, cette terre de chez nous. Compter de la gang des délégués de la dame des dames, t'es pas de la gang, mais t'es collé au macadam, mais l'homme, c'est à l'homme dans le temps qu'il a de l'âme, donne la don du côté des tam-tam, pour oublier les couleurs de la peur, la couleur du voisin qui fait peur au voisin, le grand cœur qui met pas de sueur et son essence à votre moteur, au petit conducteur, c'est des fleurs, c'est des pleurs, c'est les grandes douleurs, pour changer le muffleur, pour changer le tailleur, au meilleur nettoyeur, c'est le général moqueur, pour oublier qu'on est ailleurs, sur Luton, cette terre de chez nous. Compter de la gagne des délégués de la dame des dames, t'es pas de la gagne, mais t'es collé au macadam, mais l'homme, c'est à l'homme dans le temps qu'il a de l'âme, donne la don du côté des tam-tam, pour oublier la chorale fédérale qui déballe son petit commercial bilingué, libéral qui nous prévient, là vous allez vous faire mal, c'est électoral, c'est moral, c'est légal, c'est d'égal à égal, puisqu'ils sont à cheval, puis qu'on est à joie, l'animal qui s'installe, c'est un mal capital, pour oublier le téléjournal, sur Luton, cette terre de chez nous.
So that was La Bottine Souriante. The group's name means the smiling boot, referring to the appearance of a work boot with worn-out soles. Who knew that? They were formed in 1976 by Yves Lambert, André Marchand and Mario Forrest. And I'll be playing another track from that great album at the end of the show. In the meantime, Holly and the Reivers, I played you a track from them a couple of weeks ago. This one, perhaps appropriate for the previous month rather than this month so far, is called Bleary Winter.
Oh, a lost breath blows the wood away, remembering griefs that he used to know. For the sparrowhawk has seized the song that I lost so long ago, while the living rub their eyes and wake from bleary winter.
followed Holly and the Reivers there with a classic track from Altan's album The Red Crow. Those particular tunes are Con Cassidy's and The Dusty Miller. The following slip jig, The Dusty Miller, was given to them by Kieran Turish from Buncrana, County Donegal, another fine fiddle player who from time to time gets enlisted into the band. Well, Altan are always fantastic to see, and they've played on the island a few times, and will hopefully do so again. A band I saw playing a set last summer were Dana Emanuel and the Stolen Band. They are extremely entertaining all-female band, led by Dana Emanuel and her banjo, and this is their version of the classic American song, Shady Grove.
Wish I was a Shady Grove, sitting in a rocking chair. Let those blues would bother me, I'd rock right out of there. Shady Grove, my little love, Shady Grove, I say. Shady Grove, my little love, I'm bound to go away. I had a banjo, played a bowl, and every string would chime. The only song that it would play was Wish That Girl Was Mine. Shady Grove, my little love, Shady Grove, I say. Shady Grove, my little love, I'm bound to go away. When I was in Shady Grove, I heard them pretty birds sing. Next time I go to Shady Grove, I'll bring it down and ring. Shady Grove, my little love, Shady Grove, I say. Shady Grove, my little love, I'm bound to go away. When you go to catch a fish, fish with a hook and line. When you go to court a girl, never look behind. Shady Grove, my little love, Shady Grove, I say. Shady Grove, my love, I'm bound to go away. Shady Grove, my little love, Shady Grove, I say. Shady Grove, my little love, I'm bound to go away. Shady Grove, my little love, Shady Grove, I say. Shady Grove, my little love, I'm bound to go away. Shady Grove, my little love, Shady Grove, I say. Shady Grove, my little love, I'm bound to go away. Shady Grove, my little love, Shady Grove, I say. Shady Grove, my little love, I'm bound to go away.
Now, a singer of traditional folk songs who I've enjoyed for a number of years now is Nick Hart. He normally plays guitar and sings, but he's got a new album out with Tom Moore. Tom Moore's playing viola and harmonium, and Nick Hart on this one sings and plays the viol da gamba. There's a great mixture of traditional songs. The album's called The Colour of Amber, and I'm going to play for you one of my favourite sea shanties, Bold Riley.
Our anchors away and our sails are all set. Bold Riley, oh Bold Riley, and the girls we are leaving will never forget. Bold Riley, oh, has gone away. Goodbye, my darling. Goodbye, my dear. Oh, Bold Riley, oh, Bold Riley. Goodbye, my sweetheart. Goodbye, my dear. Oh, Bold Riley, oh, has gone away. Cheer up, Mary Ellen, and don't look so glum. Bold Riley, oh, Riley. Come White Stocking Day, I'll be drinking hot rum. Bold Riley, has gone away. Goodbye, my darling. Goodbye, my dear. Bold Riley, Bold Riley. Goodbye, my sweetheart. Goodbye, my dear. Bold Riley, has gone away. We're bound away for the Bengal Bay. Bold Riley, Bold Riley. Get heaving, my boys, it's one hell of a way. Bold Riley, has gone away. Goodbye, my darling. Goodbye, my dear. Bold Riley, Bold Riley. Goodbye, my sweetheart. Goodbye, my dear. Bold Riley, has gone away. Oh, the rain, it rains all the day long. Bold Riley, Bold Riley. And the northerly winds, they blow so strong. Bold Riley, has gone away. Goodbye, my darling. Goodbye, my dear. Bold Riley, Bold Riley. Goodbye, my sweetheart. Goodbye, my dear. Bold Riley, has gone away.
Nick Hart and Tom Moore there from their album The Colour of Amber. I'm sure I'll play you something else from that in the forthcoming weeks. Now, Heisk are a band comprising of Becca Scotch on electro harp, Katrina Hawksworth on keys, Laura MacDonald on the kit, Megan MacDonald on accordion, Sally Simpson on fiddle and Isla Callister on fiddle. They've got a new album out called Headstrong, and it goes beyond music creation. It involves an ambitious mentoring program to develop opportunities for underrepresented young women and gender minorities in traditional music. And that policy followed right through from the recording to the production and the promotion of the album. It comprises 9 fresh, innovative tracks, and as well as their signature inventive instrumentals, it marks the first time Heisk has collaborated with songwriters. More of that later, but for now, this is the title track, Headstrong. An excellent track there from Heisk from their new album, and I'll be playing something else from that later in the show. Of course, Heisk features Isla Callister, and Isla organised a fantastic fundraiser for medical aid for Palestine at the Mitre in Ramsey over the festive period. Unfortunately, I didn't get to it because I was trapped in England due to the weather, but it made me think of this song by Anais Mitchell from her album Zoa, XOA, and it's called Two Kids. And although Anais wrote it at the time of the Iraq War when she was travelling through the Middle East, the theme of two kids on either sides of the conflict looking at each other and not understanding the world into which they've been thrust resonates greatly with the tragedy that's unfolding over there in the Middle East at the moment.
My daddy's house is the safest of houses. He sealed up the windows so no air gets in. And there's plenty of Campbell's and beers in the basement in case we can't get to the store or something. My daddy told me some people hate us, they even hate me. And I'm just a kid, so I asked how come, but he didn't answer. And I started thinking something I did. قطيت يا شبابيك عم تحرمينا الضوء لا نور شفنا ولا حوار لليوم لا أمس لا أول أمس ما شافت عيوني الشمس بالك طلي صوت بطل الباب تقول لينا جنابي حبس I have a bed with a Superman blanket. He's not afraid of the dark like me. Sometimes I can't fall asleep when I'm supposed to. I'm thinking about something I saw on TV. There was this house in a field full of houses. It was the bad guys living in there. But I saw this kid looking out from the window, and he didn't look bad. He only looked scared.
There's always the money for missiles and tanks. There's always the money for generals and banks. There's always the money for new ways to kill, but a limited budget for you if you're ill. Yes, there's always enough for a war, but there's never enough for the poor. There's always the money for tunnels and roads, for opera and ballet, but what about homes? For MPs' expenses and fat subsidies, but there's never the money for nurseries, and the well-off, they always take more. So there's never enough for the poor. There's always the money for tests they can pass, or fail you for not being white middle class. There's always the goodies for those with most greed, but never enough for those in most need. There's a pay rise if you're on the board, but there's never enough for the poor. Consider how little of life that we know. We bring nothing, take nothing, pass through and go. We're all of us poor when it comes to the night, in need of the darkness, in need of the light. If we'd learn to want less and love more, there'd be enough for the poor. If we learn to want less and love more, there'd be enough for the poor. 'Cause there's more than enough for us all.
The late great Roy Bailey, with his son-in-law Martin Simpson on guitar, and Roy Bailey's song More Than Enough. Now, Church Street Blues is a song we've heard quite a bit at the Institute because it's a regular in Brooks Williams' set, especially with the fantastic fiddle player Aaron Catlow. But here's a version by Cahalan Morrison and Eli West. Cahalan Morrison hails from the high deserts of northern New Mexico, and he's made a name for himself over the last decade, touring as a duo with Eli West or with his band Western Centuries. And Eli West himself is a Seattle songwriter, guitarist, multi-instrumentalist. This is from their album from 2012, Our Lady of the Tall Trees.
I've been hanging out of town in the low-down rain, watching Good Time Charlie friend, he's driving me insane. Up on shady Charlotte Street, the green lights look red. Wish I was back on the farm in my feather bed. Get myself a rocking chair to see if I can lose them thin dime hard time of hell on Church Street. Found myself a picker friend, he's read yesterday's news. Tear out page 21, stick it in my shoe. Give a nickel to the poor, my good deed for the day. Tear out my own billfold and threw it all away. Get myself a rocking chair to see if I can lose them thin dime, hard time, hell on Church Street blues. Wish I had some guitar strings, that old black diamond brand. Tune up this old Martin box and join myself a band. But I guess I'll just stay right here and pick a little while. Try to make a little change and make all you folks smile. Get myself a rocking chair to see if I can lose them thin dime, hard time, hell on Church Street blues. Get myself a rocking chair to see if I can lose them thin dime, hard time, hell on Church Street blues.
Singer, guitarist and bouzouki player Jack Rutter has a new album out called This Is Something Constant, and from it this is Shepherd on the Mountain.
Once there was a shepherd kept sheep on the mountain, and his voice made the valleys to ring. With his bagpipes so neatly, he played them so sweetly, and gave lovely Nancy cause to sing. So says Nancy to William, come let us go wandering. Down to yonder green meadows we shall range, where the lambs they're playing, that's where they went straying, until the sunlight in the evening starts to change. Says Nancy to a shepherd, it's now I must leave you, for the moonlight of the evening does advance. My friends will chastise me if I stay too long with thee, for they shall not accept of our romance. But says William to Nancy, let's join and let's be married. We'll live in a cottage by the sea. Oh yes, my sweet shepherd, this life cannot be bettered, as the stars they shine upon this verdant scene. This couple, they are married and their hearts they are united, and they live in the cottage by the sea. The days they pass so sweetly as the waves they crash so neatly, as their children they do prattle and play so free.
Next, here's a track I came across by Heidi Talbot from her album of 2013, Angel Without Wings. It's actually a duet with Lewis Abbott of Admiral Fallow, the Scottish band, and I believe Mark Knopfler is on the track as well. The Loneliest.
Will you take my hand and lead me over land? Maybe do the buttons on my shirt. I'll show you souvenirs and document our years. Try and mend your heart when it's hurt. Make me come alive. Don't let me drink and drive. And I will scratch your name into my arm. And if it all falls down, well then I'll smile through a frown again. The ever-ringing silent alarm.
And all I ever wanted was someone to share it. Shield me from grief or be around to help me grin and bear it. Oh, prop me up against the bar as I try and tear it down. The seas go, this is rough. I'm made of softer stuff. I'll waltz across the cobble solo style. My life has been my own. The years have fairly flown, and now I walk the loneliest last mile. And all I ever wanted was someone to share it. Shield me from grief and be around to help me grin and bear it. Oh, prop me up against the bar as I try and tear it down. And all I ever wanted was someone to share it. Shield me from grief or be around to help me grin and bear it. Oh, prop me up against the bar as I try and tear it down.
Now, I promised you another track from the excellent new Heisk album. On this one, they've collaborated with Josie Duncan, and it's called Tutti Frutti.
my tutti frutti lover. My tutti frutti lover. Oh, my tutti frutti lover. More than all the bees. My tutti frutti lover. Cherry plum and peach. My tutti frutti lover. More than all the bees. My tutti frutti lover. Cherry plum and peach.
Music happening around the Isle of Man this week. There'll be the O'Donnell session on Wednesday night from 8:30ish, the Mitre in Ramsey on Friday night again from 8:30ish, and the Mitre in Kirkmichael Sunday 1 till 4 p.m, and the Ramsey Folk Club at the Buffs Club on Thursday evening. I'm sure there's lots of other stuff happening around. If you know of anything in future weeks, then please email me at folkshow@manxradio.com. Now here's a classic from Fairport Convention from their second album, What We Did on Our Holidays, of 1969, and it's Fotheringay, featuring the late great Sandy Denny, whose birthday it would have been 3 days ago.
How often she has gazed from castle windows all and watched the daylight passing within her captive wall, with no one to heed her call. The evening hour is fading within the dwindling sun, and in a lonely moment those embers will be gone, and the last of all the young birds flown. Her days of precious freedom forfeited long before, to live such fruitless years behind a guarded door. But those days will last no more. Tomorrow at this hour she will be far away, much farther than these islands or the lonely Fotheringay.
Well, to finish the show, another track from that La Bottine Souriante album, Domino. This is Benji's Rollicks, and it features Sharon Shannon. See you next week.